got all night, Sheldon. Soft kitty, warm kitty.
Soft beaver, warm beaver, little ball of fur.
Kitty,
Happy beaver, sleepy beaver, purr, purr, purr. Excellent, sheeple. Keep watching television. My plan for world domination will be complete. How's everybody doing out there? Naughty Beaver coming at you from Eastern Canada, July the 24th. Funny story about Soft Kitty from The Big Bang Theory. They actually got sued. Apparently some little old lady wrote Warm Kitty back in 1930. Tried to sue them for some money, but they never patented it, so I don't know what they were thinking. But truth be known, it was my song. It was called Soft Beaver, and I prefer that over Warm Kitty. That's a personal choice, but, you know, what I'm willing to stand by, and I just wanted to show my artistic side. If I got a show for you guys tonight, let's start it off with the Schumann resonance. Satan ringing in rounds here already. In some crazy erratic frequencies. I'm starting to watch the news, as I always do. This is happy, calm, joy, light enhancement, fun time. This is Satan at its finest. Low frequency, erratic. Things are going on. So let's tie it into the real world and kick it up a notch, Naughty Beaver style. I'll come back to that later. I'm looking at the world, you know. Iran threatens Donald Trump with mother of all wars. Got the music. Ooh. I beat the Earthwatch. You know, 377,000 subscribers. And 25,000 views on a video. Do you guys not think there's a problem going on around the world right now with censorship? He'll never get more than 30, 35 if he's lucky, which is about 10%. That's all is get notified. I'm going to continue to bring this up because people don't realize just how dire the world is about to get. Here's another one. The Israeli military.
The Israeli military shooting down a Syrian jet infiltrating its airspace. The IDF intercepting the fighter jet after it allegedly...
So I'm not going to glamorize these things, but there's a war brewing. I thought I heard stories about that in the Bible. I'm not sure. I've never read it. So I won't dwell on it. What I will dwell on is this story right here. And I hope the whole world takes interest in it and what I have to say. Which they never usually do because they don't believe how serious I am. Even though I open up with Britney Spears stuff. But I really mean it. I'm serious. Now I showed you guys yesterday. This is the video. This is the sun simulator caught in the act. 100% proof positive. What I didn't know at the time of the filming of this was this article that has just been actually posted today. And thank you for my subscribers for pointing it out to me. Mystery surrounds Arctic Siberia as day turns to complete darkness for 3 hours in Russia. I really, really, really hope that you pay close attention to what I'm saying tonight. Now listen right there, right there. Broad daylight, what I was just talking about on my show the day before, turning to perfect darkness. Now read the article. Even though they should have 24-hour light at this time of year, which is important, the sun never goes down in the Arctic in the summer. Ever. I've worked there a lot in my life. It's horrible. It's hot. The bugs. And what would you do in a place where you know that even 3 in the morning, the sun is full tilt? And it vanishes. It's panic and chaos. That's the important part. The remote Ivano, Bietan, Aski, Zygansky, and Verk. Oh god, you just killing me with the words. They're districts in Siberia. How about that? Let's go with Siberia. Russia saw their day turn into complete darkness for almost 3 hours on Friday, July the 20th, 2018. 4 days ago. On a Friday, no less. What a ripoff. Question number 1. How is this even possible? I hope that's going to go through your head while I'm reading here. The region was hit by bizarre darkness between 11:30 and 1400 local time. Friday, with Russia. Mysterious phenomenon. Reports received over the next couple of days also included the district of Russia, making the territory affected by the mysterious darkness larger than Italy. This is the amazing part. The Siberian Times reports. Remember what that just said. I couldn't see a thing without switching the lights on. We took torches to walk outside, but no one wanted to be on the street because of the feeling was as if something heavy in the air pressing on our chests, said one resident. At first it looked like it was a strong thunderstorm coming. One eyewitness said the air went dark and got darker and darker. But this time, unlike anything else we have seen before, the darkness had a rich yellow undertone. It was very unusual. Another incredible clue sitting here. Take these two colors you see and blend them together. Work on that problem while I'm reading here. The main assumption initially was that smoke from raging wildfires in other districts had blotted out the sun, but officials have expressed doubts over this theory without explaining what caused the weird phenomenon. Some residents are even saying that a light flash was registered by the US satellites, followed by an increase of radioactive level and unusual activity of the military. An official in the Russia settlement contradicted residents who had reported a thick layer of dust after the cloud and darkness vanished. There was no dust. People who live there for many years said they have never witnessed anything like this, said a Russian. Another official in the Russian settlement. I'm getting good at this. It's easy, right? Why waste your time? Sound like an idiot. Just create new words. The darkness was pitch black. It didn't come at once, but grew gradually. The sun was gone from 11:30 till 2 o'clock. There's the region, and I'm going to show you a little bit more. Local officials said there was no rain, dust, smoke, or a sharp air temperature drop in the region during the event. However, they said that most all Arctic districts reported a significant temperature fall. On the night before the event, the temperatures dropped down to -4. Local media said till July average of the region is about 10, so summertime weather. The head of the Russian town in Russia said that the sun didn't disappear in his area, but something strange happened on that day. There was something looking like smoke on July the 20th. At least this is what we decided. We didn't have nearby wildfires, but there was one at the border of Russia and another part. It was as if the day had gone overcast and as if the sun was covered with a cloud. Or not a cloud. But there was no rain. We didn't know what was happening to our neighbors. Potapov added. We thought stories about no sun were rumors, but then we realized these were not. They were also trying to guess as to what could it possibly been. There's still no official explanation of the phenomenon from meteorological, defense, or other DFRO officials. No explanation. I'm proving to you right now. This is technology in space made by our own governments. And they have no idea what's going on. This is an important clue coming up into the future that I hope that the world picks up on. They won't admit any of this is real, from chemtrails to whole 9 yards. And I'm trying to paint a broader picture, and it's coming up in a later video. What's so significant? Number one, I gotta go back to 2 warnings from Nostradamus.
Celestial bodies, forever visible to the eye, become obscured for these reasons. Body, forehead together. Meaning becomes invisible as the sacred prayers diminish. Divine omen seen in plain daylight at the eclipse of the sun. Interpreting otherwise, high price unguarded, none foresaw it.
So there's celestial bodies forever visible to the naked eye. Become obscured for these reasons. Body, forehead together, and meaning becomes invisible. We are being blinded to what's coming. Nostradamus is one of the best seers, this world's ever known. In terms of accuracy, will prove just how well he does in the coming years. Things are going to happen. The other one was warning at the eclipse of the sun. None foresaw it. There was a divine omen sitting there. Now I'm going to take this to two schools of thought. I'm going to explain this the best way, the easiest way I know how for you guys. This is our sun right now. This is it today. That's just a few hours ago. Earth is not even the tip of my mouse compared to the size of the sun. This is how many Earths are black and missing from the sun right now. This is the reality check. This is what the world should look like in the daytime right now. That's how serious this world is. That's the lie that we are living in. Smoke, clouds, there's chemtrails probably hiding whatever's going on, but you understand something happened. Looking at what you see in the sun. Does that not look consistent? I'll try and shrink it up a bit here. Does that not look consistent with what the sky should look like according to the Bible? There's a lot of people in this world that are losing their faith because it seems it would appear that certain biblical events just haven't happened when they should. Some of the things that should be happening they don't see. The day they shut off all the sun simulators, this is what the world's going to look like. They're going to drop humanity to its knees in panic and fear, all controlled, until you beg for a Messiah to come and save you. And guess when the Antichrist comes onto the scene? I am proving to you right now that is technology. Many others have done it. We've been doing it for a long time. What do you think? You're lying. You're caught in the act. I'm going to explain this phenomena right now. What's important to note, this is the region. Right here. I'll back out. Well, where have we been looking on the cameras? Every day. It's in Alaska, just across the road. Hop, skip, and a sun simulator away. Now I'm going to describe this the best way I can for you right now as to what happened. I believe with great certainty they are hiding something up in the northwestern regions. To do that is some form of technology that's got to blind humanity and prop up the dying sun. The fading sun, the waning sun is not dying just yet. That's not 1,500, 1,700 years in the future, so we'll worry about that bridge when we get there. Here's my point. In the sky, I drew a really complex diagram. What's happening in what region? There are a whole pile of these either sun reflectors, simulators, however you want to look at it, okay? Can you get your head around that? All in one region, really, really close. Possibly even the same satellite, but pointing in different directions, giving overlapping coverage, okay? What you saw in that region, I'm going to show you right now, is the easiest way I can possibly do it. It's not that complicated. I'm going to actually, before I even do that, I want you guys to watch this video. I never did put it out.
Morning, Naughty Beaver. I want you guys to look at bizarre cam captures this morning. Looking at the sun, this one gives me a giggle. Alright, right here. Off, on, off, on.
There's me having a chuckle in the morning. What happened is the sun actually rose over here. It was here. You guys could see it when it turned red, and it actually rose there. Sun simulator, real sun. The problem is not there, I'm afraid. It's right here. Let's go let this play so you guys can understand what's happening.
Bizarre mist in the morning. Look what happens when the sun comes up. See it in slow motion here.
This is right there. When you look at this and my complex algorithmic diagram, so let me just rotate it a little bit here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So imagine that in the sky, in a camera on Earth catching a glimpse. Now do you see a bit of a problem? Hundreds upon hundreds of these things, but each one is pointed to a very particular region. They overlap for coverage, and when they don't do it right, you see the dark patches that occur in the sky? And I'm going to paint you an even better picture right now, going back to the James Bond movie I was showing you guys. So in the movie in the 90s, they had a crazy sun simulator. I'm just going to bring it to just the right spot. He talks about how they're all going to save the world.
Like a diamond in the...
Right here. Okay. This is a reflector in space, and that's exactly what would happen. I'm going to print a snapshot for you guys. And I'm going to create for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this region. So now I'm going to show you what it would look like. This is a whole pile of reflectors. All right here where this satellite is, but a whole array of them. Because that's what it would look like. Now do you have an understanding? They overlap. All in one region, in the region of the sun. Now what happens if camera 2 dies? Blackness. Not all over the whole world, but just in one region. And guess what we have? You're looking at it right in the show. Right there. Now you know. It's as simple as that. This is not smoke. This isn't forest fires. I've worked in the high Arctic when they had the biggest fire in Canadian history and burnt down most of the Arctic Circle. I was there. There's sunlight every day. There is no fire on Earth yet that can cause this. So when that sun simulator, whatever it was, it died off, that round circular region, there'd be some areas nearby that have a bit of sunlight. There's got to be somebody, and this is the sad part. There's got to be somebody somewhere down the road. So you look at Google Earth. If this was here, the only saving grace about this right now is the fact that this is in the sticks in the middle of nowhere. So this entire region would have gone dark, but maybe light sun over here, and there is not a soul living in there. Or if there are, there's only a couple. And there's probably some incredible footage that's never going to make its way out of Russia because somebody is going to be standing between light and darkness. This particular town, let's say it was right here, there's going to be neighbors on this side and this side for 3 hours that just didn't get any of the overlap, and the entire sky went black. They said they saw it just dim down, like as if the bulb was being shut off in the sky. Now, if that happened over New York, do you know how crazy this world would be right now? The stuff going on in the news. But when they, next door, the state next door, hey, I'm up here, what are you guys talking about? It's pitch black, dude, but there'll be a guy somewhere that's just going to be on the border that'll see, the real sun and then the blackness. Because there's overlapping circles going around this planet. I don't know how many or how far this goes. But the reality is there was things coming at us. Nostradamus warned us at the time of the great sign in heaven. And people tracking Planet X and things, right? It's all tied in. It's all relevant. This is what you see with these sun simulator pictures. So if one of these, it's like a bulb basically reflecting. That's all they are. They have the patent. It was built, back in the 60s. It's already up in space, my friends. One of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 10 of them malfunctioned out of a huge array. Several hours later, it comes back on. The sun just can't go off and on. It wasn't a planet passing by that only covered a couple of square kilometers of the Earth. That makes sense. So they're busted. Busted here and busted here at the same time within a few days. Like, there's something odd. That's why the sun simulators are so bloody white and bright. Like they're trying to cover a broader area, possibly to make up for the missing light. increasing the intensity and the width. I can only take my guess, but you're only going to get so many glimpses until the time comes, and that's why it's important to share this stuff with others. Right? It's not about me. I tell you, look at this. What will you do the day that the world governments and the New World Order, they're all in on this, my friends. I don't care who you look at and who you think you love. They all know what's going on in space. This is what the world looks like right now, because this is what the Bible says it should look like. The timeline's just out because they're delaying the inevitable with smoke and mirrors. It's not a hoax. There's too many reports, and it's not like it's just the local guys. Or just you can Google it on the on net. This is an impossibility. Why I bring it up again? Because it's right out of prophecy. Only a few years more and you will become aware that sunlight has grown perceptibly weaker. When even your artificial light ceases to give its service, the great event in the heavens will be near. The Johannes Reed prophecy. 800 years ago, that was written. He knew he would have an artificial sun, and he knew it would crap out. And there it is right there. You know, you could look at this two ways. If you don't believe in sun simulators, then you better believe that was a sign from God. That's the best I can tell you. Knowing what I know, I do believe it is a sun simulator. This technology is not going to last. With the things coming at us in space, there just come a time either gravitational waves, phenomenon from the sun itself is going to knock it all out. There will be no GPS. There will be inevitably no power production. If the prophecies come true with the plasma exchanges and lightning and things. So I'll leave the show at that. And I was looking at the earthquakes map, and you know, when you look at it, I can't trust this site anymore, and I'll tell you why. Because there was I think it's almost a 6.0 here just by Oregon a couple hours ago, and it's gone. But look at what they're reporting on the site. The Hawaii quake's 0.2. They're doing it on purpose to overwrite the details as fast as they can for what else is happening around the Earth. The 6s and the 8s, not the 8s, but the 6s and stuff. The USGS is no better. It's not reporting them properly. There was quakes in Japan and stuff. This is all part of the Great Deception to keep the world asleep. These things are just overriding so fast. And again, it's not the doom and gloom and panic, but there's not enough people in the world waking up to what's happening. And this is another great piece. So you want to show your friends, you know, a lot of people are embarrassed. You're all crazy conspiracy. That's just not conspiracy. The more people that are awake to the master deception, you know, when the time comes, this is when the New World Order is going to move to strike. They control the sun right now. Here's your proof. When they decide the sun goes off, in the anarchy and the chaos, that's when the Antichrist will rear its ugly head. The media is being cut off, the free media. You will never see this on CNN. Maybe you will, but I'm curious to tell. It never happened. We'll never report on this because they're part of the problem. So anyway, I hope that opens up a few minds. I'll go back to this. There was a comment a guy had. Do you really think Nostradamus foretold the future? Like, really? Fucking. Oh yeah, JT, there you go. You're the one that put it in there. This is it. Do you really think Nostradamus foretold the future? You shank. Why do I even try? Some days it just makes me wonder. If it wasn't for Nostradamus, I wouldn't be able to explain any of this to you guys, and I wouldn't be able to give you the upcoming show that I have coming next. And it's called Bilderberg and the Bride of Satan. And I'm going to answer the questions that you guys had from the Shroud of Turin about the DNA of Christ, because I've known for a long time what's going to happen and exactly how it's going to play out. The problem is if the message doesn't get around, when the lights go out, the electricity goes off, and the world's in chaos, nothing you can do about it anyway. So I will work efficiently and quickly on it, but it's going to take some time. So love you guys lots. You have a great night. Naughty Beaver out. Talk to you later.